Awesome. Thank you so much, Bhimi. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. It's nice to be back. It's nice to see everyone. We're going to have a special treat for you this evening. We always have incredible testimonials, but tonight we have 3 testimonials. So I hope you invited some guests on this call. As you know, it is recorded, so we will be happy to send it out. By the way, folks, my name is Amy Homsey. I'm a Senior Presidential Director with Lifewave, calling in from Tampa, Florida. And I'm honored to be on the call with my good friend and colleague, Bhimi Casey, who's also a Senior Presidential Director. And where are you calling in from, Bhimi?
I am in the South in Atlanta, so we're both kind of Southern tonight.
Yes. So welcome. And I especially want to welcome the guest on the line tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us. And we're going to keep this real brief, folks. We're going to spend about 30 minutes together. We're going to share with you this amazing technology, this patch technology that is literally changing lives globally. And you're going to hear, like I said, some fantastic testimonials, but this patch is called the X39. This is about regenerating your cells. Does anyone want to age backwards? Right? Feel younger, look younger? Well, you are in the right place at the right time with a 20-year-old company. By the way, I'm just going to give a brief rundown and then we're going to get right into the testimonials. So for those new on the line, we're talking about a 20-year-old established company. This technology has over 90 clinical studies, and we're in 81 countries, folks. So we're talking about credibility rather, and just incredible technology. By the way, you cannot find it anywhere else. It is unique to Lifewave. So I just want to give a quick disclaimer before I bring on our very first testimonial, Mr. John Rosario. By the way, folks, we're not here to treat or cure or diagnose anything. We're here to share information on this technology, and the people that are coming on to give their testimonial, this is their experience only. Okay. So if you have any medical conditions, you want to, discuss it with your medical practitioner. So if you are new on the line tonight, you want to know, what is this product? Does this product work? And will it work for you? And hopefully by the end of this 30 minutes, you'll be able to answer those questions. So with that, I want to bring on John Rosario. Can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fantastic as always.
Good. John is a personal friend of mine and my husband's, and we talked to him about this technology years ago, but sometimes the timing isn't right, John?
Correct.
But he's here today. He got amazing results. In fact, his whole family got results. So John, if you would, let's take about 5-6 minutes and explain your personal results. By the way, everyone's going to be different. So share with everyone how long you've been on the X39, what issues was going on before that, and how you're doing today.
So I've been on a year now. I graduated to 1 year. And originally when I started the patch, what I noticed, obviously, Jack and you told me to start documenting what I've changed. I'm a lineman, so I built power lines. Well, now I watch people build power lines. But in that industry, obviously, it takes a toll on your body. So what I was happy having is I had 2 tears in my left shoulder. I wasn't able to throw a football with my kid. I would wake up in the middle of the night, what they called the trigger finger. My hands would lock up, and it just took me like 5 minutes for my hands to open up. And just wear and tear of your body, my knees, my elbows. I was pretty shot. Energy level was completely down. Obviously, tried TRT and stuff like that because everybody says, hey, you're low testosterone. But when I started taking the patches, I started, monitoring what I was doing. First thing that I felt was obviously the aches and pains. My fingers weren't locking up anymore. I was sleeping sound. My best friend is my CPAP. And my sleep wasn't that great. I would wake up multiple times at night, so I started sleeping through the night, aches or pains. So I said, hey, let's take this to the test. So about maybe maybe halfway through 5, 6 months into wearing the patch, I decided to go into the gym. And when I hit the gym and really changed my diet and actually intake of water went up, I literally dropped 45 pounds like in 3 months. Gained
Wow.
about 15 to 20 pounds of muscle. So energy levels, I would go to the gym, I'd work out hard. By the time I walked out of the gym, I had no pain. So I started saying, hey, there's something in this, right? So
Mhm.
obviously I started testing it on my whole entire family before I started sharing it with the world. That's another story for another day. In the beginning, I like to shoot. If you see my bow in the back and I got my safes in the back, I love firearms. I love target practicing. I love long range shooting. I had to buy glasses and to be able to see far and to be able to read up close to even see my sights. And that was the most depressing day of my life. Next thing you know, I went to a couple months ago. I went to the shooting range, and I put the glasses on, and I couldn't see my sights. I said, "What's going on?" So I take them off, and I'm shooting fine without my glasses. My beard stopped growing for a long time. My beard started growing longer. My nails start growing quicker.
Mhm.
So my energy level is through the roof. You know, I do about 6 days a week at the gym for about 2 hours in the morning. And then with the other testimony is one of my brand partners. We do cardio classes at his facility afterwards. So it's like I'm a go. It's like the Energizer Bunny, you know, with the batteries, how you just go and keep going. You
Mhm.
know, obviously I've pretty much explored so many other patches, but the X39 is pretty much what was the mecca, that the ground that pretty much
Mhm.
let me go forward. But I'm going to tell
Mhm.
you right now, it's something that's changed my life. I'm never getting off the patch. I tell everybody about it. My team is growing
Yep.
every single day drastically. You know, and that's all we want to do is we want to help people get better. You know, that's the key. People will come up to me at the gym and they said, "Man, you've been here for 3 or 4 months. Your weight loss and your gains are so impressive. What are you doing?" I said, "Well, thank you for asking.
You have
I'm
a
going to
secret
show you.
weapon.
I'm going to show you what I'm doing." So,
Right.
but it also helped me with my mental state.
Mhm.
I have certain issues that from the past, military and stuff like that, trauma, and obviously, it helped me a lot with ADHD, PTSD. I'm no longer taking my consorter for ADHD, and I don't take my Zoloft for PTSD, and I'm
Incredible.
happy all day long.
Mhm.
So it's helped me with a lot of things, not only physically but mentally.
And John, we hear that all the time, and I'll tell you, you have an amazing story, and one day we'll get into your whole family because everyone's been affected, right? Your whole family has a positive benefit from this technology. So we'll talk about that another time, but
Yes.
you are just on a mission to go out there and help as many people as you can. And it's very rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very rewarding. It's because obviously I got a bunch of crews of guys that they do power line work. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got a good amount of those guys that were dealing with pain, back
Mhm.
pain, same pain that I have. They're all wearing the patch now, and they're
Awesome.
wanting to know how to share it with their loved ones and everyone around them. So that's the blessing all along. It's like, because in our industry, it's very tough. We could be at the top of a pole at 50 feet, laid out all the way on quarter-inch gaffs, reaching out, trying to ratchet a
Mhm.
wire to pull it up, and your body is going to wear and tear. I'm going to tell you in
Yes.
that industry. And this is one of my other patch wearing fellas right here.
Hi, Levi.
Hi.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your efforts, and we know you're on a great mission and you're going to do really well. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you
Awesome,
for
guys.
having us.
We're just getting started here. I'm going to turn it over to my lovely co-host, Bhimi Casey, because she has another amazing testimonial.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you, John. Wow, this is just what drives our hearts, is hearing these kind of life-changing turnarounds, and we are going to keep going in the same direction. You guys are going to love this. And we also have a picture that is going to blow you away during this testimonial. So I'd like to introduce Marla Crow. She's a Southern girl. You're going to hear that. I love her accent. She's a retired court reporter, and she was in another network marketing company, very successful, but she is here now. So Marla, come on and tell us what drew you, what happened for yourself, and then I know we're going to dive a little bit into your husband too.
Yes. Well, thanks for having me. And I could take up the whole time, but I only have a few minutes, so we'll have to come back. But I was first introduced to the patches from a really good friend of mine, Diane, and we worked, basically in another networking business. And when she introduced me, when she called and said, "Hey, I have something I want to share with you," I jumped on it because I trusted her. She didn't have to tell me, she was like, "I just have something to share." So when she told me about the patches, I was like, "You have no idea." Little did she know that I was struggling with two things. And first being I had pain in my jaw. It was horrendous. I could barely open my jaw, chew, yawn, you name it. It hurt so bad. And then on top of that, I was struggling with tennis elbow. And I had just played in a tennis tournament, and literally when I came off the court, my arm was just like hanging. I was in just really a lot of pain. And so when she, shared those with me, I was like, "Oh my goodness, yes, I will try it." I'm desperate. And desperate people do desperate things. And I was willing to try anything because I had gone to several doctors and they put me on anti-inflammatories and steroid shots. And I even got Botox right here and nothing touched it. And so,
what level of pain were you walking around with, just so people have an idea?
My goodness. 1 to 10, I would say a 9 for both, literally. Almost in a depressive state. And I play tennis, pickleball, box. I run marathons. I'm a very active Southern girl. And literally, I was like, I can't go on like this. This is awful. And so I did all the things. I was doing like staying off, not playing tennis, and then watching certain things that I would eat. And I'm very healthy anyway, but I couldn't eat like certain like crunchy things. I know I'm going back and forth, but it was my jaw and my arm on the same side. So it was just really a lot of pain. So when I initially ordered, I got the X39 and the Aeon. And within about a month or two, I could tell, I was like, "Oh my goodness," like my arm, I couldn't even pick up a gallon of tea, as a Southerners drink, a gallon of tea or milk. I was like in so much pain. And then with my jaw, it was just like, I had to be very, very careful, but it took a little bit longer for my jaw. But I'm telling you guys, this little miracle patch saved me because I won't live home without it. Every morning, I put one on my neck and my arm and hydrate. Protocol to, using these patches is drinking your water and hydrating.
And so tell us what level your pain or your condition is now.
Maybe 1. If that, I played in a tennis tournament this weekend and I've run a half marathon in November and I had the best recovery time ever. And I've run for 30 years. It's remarkable. And I told my friend when I initially ordered these, I said, "I'm not selling them. I'm just not going to sell them. I'm just going to wear them. And if they work, great. But then when you find something that helps you and works for you, you want to share it from the rooftops."
I know. And I just quickly want to get in about your husband because
Yes.
it's incredible too. So let's
Yes.
just jump to that.
Yes. So, I'm not going to be emotional, but it was in February. My husband did not tell me this, but he was having a lot of pressure in his neck for like 10 to 12 days. And he's very active and healthy as well. He went to like an urgent care on a Monday, and they just said, hey, we'll give you a steroid shot, we'll give you some muscle relaxers, and we can't scan you here, but hopefully this will give you some relief. So Wednesday night he comes home and he was like, literally, the man does not complain. I didn't even know anything was going on with him. And he was like, I have so much pressure back here, like my head, it was just so much pressure. He goes, I'm going to go to the ER first thing in the morning. So he did. Praise the Lord. So when he did, the ER doctor said, we got to do a CAT scan on you. So they performed a CAT scan, came back, he had a brain bleed. And we were like, what? And they were like, did you fall? Did you hurt yourself? Did you hit yourself? No, nothing. So he was like, you've got to see a neurosurgeon ASAP. So they helicoptered him down south to Mobile, and I drive down there, and he had another CAT scan down there as well. And they said, yes, you have to have, you've got to have surgery. We've got to get you seen about. The next morning, they performed a craniotomy, which they were getting the blood out because it was a lot of blood. And he had been wearing X39 for about 4 or 5 months. So thank God he was wearing that. And then after, he had the craniotomy on Thursday. Yep. I took pictures, and my sweet friend Morgan and business partner made that graphic design. It was unbelievable. But
so quickly take us, because we have about 30 more seconds. Just take
yes,
us.
okay. So then he stayed in the ICU for 5 days, and then we came home, and then I said, I think we need to start X49 for the healing part of it as well. So we did the X39 and X49. And when he went back for his post-op appointment, the nurses and the doctors were like, wow, like they were able to take his 8 staples out, his 2 stitches out, and they were blown away at his, recovery. And they said he was the only patient of the day that they took home, he was sent home when they took their stitches and staples out.
And so a typical recovery like this in 1 month is unheard of.
Unheard of.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Big praise there.
Yeah. And I know you have more to say.
I do. I'm sorry.
We have another testimonial we have to get in, but this is extraordinary, Marla. I think people see the different levels of healing, that can happen. And so we'll come back and check with you in a couple months and see what's going on. Thank you so much. And I'll turn it back over to Amy.
Absolutely incredible, Bhimi. Love this. So folks, now we're going to bring on Mr. Jonathan Labroie. Are you there, Jonathan?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Hi there. Hey there. I know you just got done with your workout, so thank you for joining us. Jonathan's calling in from Tampa Bay. So Jonathan, thanks again for sharing your time with us. If you would share with the audience, what issues or challenges you may have been dealing with, how long you've been on the X39, and what have you noticed?
Awesome. First of all, I want to say congratulations, everybody. Your guys' results are amazing. Okay. So that's very impressive. I'm over here mind blown. My name is Jonathan Labroie. I am 42 years old, and I've been right now just utilizing the X39 patches for 2 months. Okay. So this is my 2nd month. And because of how amazing it has been, I decided to do the X49. So I'll share a little bit about that. And just keep in mind, guys, of course, we don't claim to diagnose, heal, or any of that stuff. Okay, this is just something that happened personal to me, and I'm very excited to share it. In my case, I have went 2 years with my arm. It kind of goes dead. Okay, so what happens is I've had moments that in my sleep, I can't sleep on my right side. Sometimes I can't even sleep on my back. There was months that I was sleeping literally seated down with my face down this way. Like if you know when you're in school, and you passed out in class and you're not supposed to, I was doing that at home.
I
So,
remember those days.
oh yeah, those are good days. The best sleep ever. But not when we're getting older. So I went to the doctors, okay, and it was everybody the same thing. It's just here goes muscle relaxers. And I'm like, it's not that. It's something else. There's something that is pinching this nerve or whatever it is that's happening. And I would have moments that, I'm bald, I ain't got no hair. So I'm shaving, right? And I have to take a break. So, I'm in the middle of a shave and I have to put my arm down, let it kind of rest, try to get the numbness to go away so that way I can continue on. And that's kind of a pain in the butt because, it takes a while to get it done and you just want to knock it out and move on with the rest of the day. You want to sleep good at night. And I put the patch on the first day. And in that first day, one thing I realized that when I went to the gym was how amazing my gym performance was. Okay. And this was just on day one. My gym performance was great. I felt amazing. The pump that I got from the gym was just insane. I remember telling my wife, I was like, okay, I found something that I love because I'm actually a health and wellness coach. Okay. So that's my job. My job is to help people get healthy and feel amazing. So this was exactly what I was looking for. Okay. This was the thing that was helping me out. And I noticed that right away. 2 days later, I had the solid sleep that I have not had in 2 years. Like I was mind blown it just took 3 days that I slept. I got excited. I just wanted to roll over and just lay on my side for no reason because it's been so long since I've been able to do that. And I tried a bunch of stuff for inflammation, turmeric, all kinds of things, creams. Okay. I had underneath my bed, I had 2 different massagers. I've had gels and creams that I had to put on at night. I would take turmeric and something else my wife gets. She just loaded me up with stuff and I take it. Everything just to try to have a solid night's sleep, and it wasn't happening. And that right there just kind of gets a little discouraging because you need to be up and ready to move on and take care and conquer your day. But started feeling great. So when I realized how the X39, what it did for my body, and I saw, because I'm in the health industry, I love working out. I love the gym. I like taking care of myself. And I saw that there was X49. Okay. So we started using X49. And that has been within this last month. And I've noticed a drastic difference. If I felt great with the X49 while I was, working out, having great endurance, my performance was amazing. This was basically the next level. This took it from where it was at to like another level. And, I kind of equated it to, having it's not, but like to be able to performance enhancer, okay, that it was able to take me to a whole nother level of what I was already doing. And I'm already a very active person. So if I was able to last longer, do more, feel better, and my energy is even like high, which is insane because my wife and I are already like really high energetic people, and it was taking us to a whole nother level on top of that. So, I mean, if you are thinking about and you're kind of dabbing in, okay, I'm only 2 months in. So with the results that I have has been incredible. And I am excited to see what happens another 2 months or a year from now. I could just imagine what will happen if I grow some hair. Okay, guys, whatever. I'm going for life. All right. But it's been very amazing. And I recommend anybody that if you are kind of thinking about it or you're kind of tossed up and you're not sure, is this something for me? This is something for everyone. Okay. And I would just say, listen to whomever is providing you the information, okay, and introduced you to it. And give yourself the opportunity, give your body the opportunity to go ahead and let it do what it needs to do. Because the one thing that you are going to notice that you will feel better than the day one. Okay, you will definitely feel better than day one as you continue on. But that's me. Okay. It's been an honor to be on here with you guys. Thank you so, so much.
Awesome, Jonathan. We're so happy for you. Just real quick, a quick question. How
Yes.
long did you have the arm and shoulder discomfort
2
and
years.
limit of mobility?
It was 2 years that I dealt with that problem.
Wow.
Yeah, and I tried with different doctors and such,
Mhm.
and nothing was happening. So I didn't expect for my arm to get better. Like it wasn't
Right.
nothing something I didn't do. I initially started this for my in-laws. And just for the fact that I was like, well, you know what? Everybody in the family's doing it. And when I felt those results right away and started feeling better within a few days when it came to the arm, uh, my in-laws and my wife is a whole different thing, which impresses me also.
Yeah, we'll
But
have another call with them
yeah,
on, or you could tell the story. But wow, thank you so much. We're so happy for you
you're
and the
welcome.
results. And I know you're sharing this with everyone because you have a big heart and you care. And folks, we're on a mission, right? We're on a mission to help people. People need hope today, and we could offer them some hope and a solution. So thank you, Jonathan. Now,
Thank you
for
so
some of
much.
you on the line that are brand new, you're probably wondering, how in the heck does this work? So Bhimi, will you take that away and explain the science behind this product?
Yes, I would be glad to, because, you know, when you hear these kind of extraordinary testimonials on so many different conditions, do you wonder why we're so excited? Everybody who's sharing is excited because we have something that is unlike anything else in the world. It is a paper thin little patch that you peel off the back and you put on your skin every day. And all these kind of benefits happen. How does this work? It's very advanced. It took millions of dollars to develop, 10 years. And David Schmidt, our owner, visionary, and inventor, came out with this about a little over 5 years ago. And it has taken literally the world by storm. We have millions and millions of people using this patch because it's advanced. It works on light. The future of health and medicine is in light therapy, phototherapy. You'll see lots of different modalities on the market using light, but guess what? We are the only ones that use our own light, our body's light. And the way that this works, when you put the patch on, there's a crystalline structure inside of amino acid, salt, water, and sugar. And when it hits the skin, the light from the skin reflects off, it goes back into the body, it elevates a very important copper peptide, GHK, that starts to reset over 4,000 genes within 48 hours. And then it flips a switch and the body starts making younger cells, cells that are able to go and repair and regenerate every single day. And the longer you wear it, it's accumulative. You put it on for 12 hours. We recommend during the day for X39 because it will give you energy, lots of energy, and you need to drink water. So you don't want to be wearing it at night. And then at night, the body is repairing, so you take it off. And what you've heard tonight is some people get results right away. Some people, it takes a little bit longer. We recommend at least a 90-day protocol, but really 1 month for every decade of your life for the X39. And really, once you start this and you have these kind of dramatic results, you're not going to want to stop. And that's what happens. We become product of the product forever, and we love it because we're getting younger, we're rejuvenating and regenerating, and what's better than that? So I am going to turn it back over to Amy to talk a little bit more about the company and how you can get the product and close us out.
Thank you so much, Bhimi. Folks, what an exciting call. I asked in the very beginning, does this product work? Well, we have 3 different people, 3 different DNAs, lifestyles, right? And it worked for them. By the way, 5.5 years ago, when the X39 came out, Lifewave was doing 50 million a year. 5.5 years later, we closed the year at 600 million, all through word of mouth. So does this product work? Absolutely. This year, we should be at $1 billion, $1 billion with this patch. So does this product work? Heck yes. Will it work for you? Well, you're not going to know unless you try it, right? 5.5 years ago, I got started. I thought, what do I have to lose? Why not? Right? We want you to get it wholesale. We want you to get back to the person who invited you to this call. We also want you to get your questions answered. By the way, for those of you who are business minded, put your business hat on. There is a business component if you're interested in maybe getting your patches for free, sharing this, you get your result. Are you the type of person that would want to share this and help others? As we all know, a lot of people are suffering today. They are suffering financially, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's been very stressful the last 5 years. People are overwhelmed. Well, we could have a solution because like everyone or most of the people on this call tonight and millions around the world, people are feeling better mentally, emotionally, and physically. So if you have an interest in that, we'll be happy to share that. Again, get back with the person who got you on this call. This is about light technology. The future is here now. It is here now, right, Bhimi?
Absolutely. And we love sharing it. And we will be sharing again Thursday night, same time, same station. So come back for new testimonials and invite a guest. You want to turn people on to this solution that's natural and holistic. Thank
With
you
a
all.
20-year-old company with, by the way, David Schmidt, our founder and inventor, now has reached 200 patents, guys. We're not playing around. 200 patents. So get back to the person who got you on this call. Have a blessed evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.